Hi, everybody. As I promised, I will talk about be going to that is used to talk about future plans. My explanation will be pretty simple because this explanation is mostly for lower level students. So let's see what I can share about be going to talk about future plans. We'll be sharing my screen and then let's see what we have. So you can use for future, you can use verb to be, going to, and the other verb to talk about future, or you can use will. At the end of this lesson, I will kind of show you the difference between the two. So because I have mostly Arabic and Nepali students, I translated plan for the future in Nepali, Spanish, and Arabic. So you will have an idea what it means. Okay, so future means that this is now. If you see that on the line, I can still make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, so this is now, that's where we are now in time. Future means everything after now. Even if I say 5 minutes from now, it's already future. Then it can be tomorrow, it can be next week, it can be, sorry, my little dog wants to get up here. Okay, so plan what you would like to do. Can be tomorrow, it can be tonight, it can be next week, next month, on the weekend, in 2015. So any time after now, it's already future. Okay, it's considered future. Some people, they like to plan ahead, and that's when you can use future plans or intentions what you want to do with going to. Okay, so in the positive form, I am going to, so use the verb to be, going to, and after the to, you will have a verb. Okay, I'm going to go shopping. This going is not actually going or walking somewhere. It means mostly like I will go shopping. Okay, so you have the subject like I or the dog or the students. Verb to be, maybe is, maybe am, maybe are. You already know the verb to be. I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, you are, they are. Then going to, and the infinitive. I will explain infinitive here in a second. The negative, all you do before going to, you just put a not. I am not going to go shopping tomorrow. A yes no question, you take the verb to be and you start the question with it. So are you going to go shopping tomorrow? And if it's a why question, then what are you going to do tomorrow? Where are you going tomorrow? What are you going to buy? Okay, so the why question, what, who, when, goes first. Okay, so let's look at the form. The form is the verb to be, which, as I told you, can be am, is, or are, depending if it's I or he or plural. Going to, this is when you have a plan for the future, you already decided, or I would like to do this or that. Going to, and the verb infinitive. The infinitive means to plus the base form of the verb. So to read, to buy, I'm going to read, I'm going to buy, I'm going to eat, they are going to listen, she's going to study. And if you listened well, I never said ed at the end. There is no ing at the end. There is no s at the end, like you would say she reads the newspaper every day. No, with to, you never have anything. That's why it's called the base form of the verb. So no s at the end, no ed or d at the end, no ing at the end. It's nothing added to the verb. So to read, base form. To buy, doesn't matter if it's I or you or they or the children, plural, doesn't matter. Okay, so always will be very easy. You don't have to think about, should I put an S because it's he, she, it? No, you shouldn't put anything. Okay, So look at the girl. The girl is thinking about different things. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So she's thinking about marriage. She's thinking about a house. She's thinking about cars. She's thinking about traveling. So she's making plans for the future. So she can say she is going to get married. She's going to buy a house. She's going to buy cars or a car. She's going to travel. Okay, then she's thinking about family. She will make friends. She's going to make friends. She's going to go to college. Okay, then here, language. What is language? Maybe Chinese, maybe Japanese, but we can say she's going to learn Chinese. She's going to learn Japanese. She's going to learn English. Okay, here you have job. She wants to find a job from 9 to 5. So she thinks, oh, I'm going to get a job that is from 9 to 5. I'm going to invest in the stock market. Okay, so she's thinking and she's making many plans about the future. And because she's planning already, and that's what she would like to do, that's why we can use going to. Okay, so then we break it down. The positive or affirmative form will be the verb to be, going to, and the infinitive form of the verb. So I am going to listen to the CD. You or we or they are going to. You remember, you are, we are, they are. Okay, they are going to walk in the park tomorrow night. He or she or it, you remember the verb to be is in this case. So he or she or it is going to travel to USA, to the USA. Okay, so now as I already showed you this picture in big, let's see what she's talking about. What are her plans? She's going to get married. So verb to be, going to, and then you have the verb and married. So she's going to get married. The student is going to find a job. The girl is going to make friends. Okay, so these are just some examples of her plans or intentions. Okay, let's see what we have next. You see the picture. So what do you think they are going to do? They are going to dance. They already decided what they will do this afternoon. They are going to dance this evening. Okay, the negative form is only gets not between the verb to be and going to. So I am not going to garden in December. I already decided I'm not going to garden in December because it's winter time. There is nothing to garden. Not much in the garden anymore. They are not going to buy a new house. They decided because they don't have enough money, so they are not going to buy a new house. Then we have the question form. The yes/no question form starts with the verb to be, and then the subject like I or the dog or the student, going to an infinitive form. Actually, it's supposed to be only going because the infinitive form of the verb already has to in it. So I could even remove this one. Going, infinitive form has the to and the verb. So let me add this one here quickly. So the infinitive form would be to plus the verb. Okay, so that's the infinitive form. I don't need this capital, okay, and I don't need that space there. So to plus the verb. There you go. Okay, so verb to be, there you go. You start with are or is or am. Are you going to go? So you see, this is the verb now, go. Okay, are you going to go to the park next weekend or next week? Is the girl going to do her homework? Yes, she is. Maybe no, she doesn't. Yes, she isn't. Okay. Then the question form with why questions. You know how the yes, no questions start with the verb to be? Well, the why questions start with the why little word, like when, who, what, where, when, why. Okay, so are you going to the park next week? When are you going to the park? Next week. But then I don't put there next week because that's my answer. Is the girl going to do her homework? What is the girl going to do? Her homework. So the why question, what, when, where, why, and even how is considered one question that goes before the verb to be. So the verb to be is are, the verb to be here is. Okay, so what is the girl going to do? She's going to do her homework. Okay. One more. Let's see. When. Why is the. Yeah. Okay. So why is the girl going to the park? Why? With the why would be why is the girl going to the park? Maybe to meet her friend. Okay. And then for future practice, I would like to do this one with you a little bit if it opens. Okay, let me open it for you. So I put this one, you can try to do on your own after the explanation, and you can check your answers yourself so you know if you understood or not. So this is the future with going to. Okay, as I already explained, with I you have I am going to, or I am not going to, he or she is going to, or he or she isn't going to for negative, and you, we, and they are going to, or you, we, they aren't going to play football, for example. Okay, the going to questions, the yes, no questions. Am I going to be rich? Yes, I am, or no, I'm not. Okay, so these are the questions. So let's look at the pictures and see what is happening. So here it says write is going to or isn't going to, because it's a boy and a girl. So he or she is going to, or he or she isn't going to. So you see the picture, I can make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, so this one is, okay, go fishing. Which one is go fishing? This one is go fishing. Then sunbathe, make a sandcastle, and swim in the sea. Okay, so if you see, I make it bigger, then I have to make it smaller again. So if you see a check mark, that means he is going to go fishing. If you see an X, that means he isn't going to do that. So he isn't going to suntan. He is going to swim. He isn't going to build a sandcastle. So that's what you have to put here, type in here. So he is sunbathe, this one, or suntan. He isn't going to sunbathe. So you remember verb to be, not going to, and sunbathe is the verb. Number 3, make sandcastles. This one, you have an X on it, so he isn't going to make sandcastles. Okay, one more, swim in the sea. If you look at the picture, you have a check mark, that means he is going to. So he is going to swim in the sea. Okay, then you have another one here. I'm not doing that, you can try doing it. So go surfing, have a picnic, find shells, and go camping. 3 have check marks, so she's going to go surfing, she's going to find seashells, she's going camping, but she is not going to have a picnic. Okay, let's see exercise number 2. write about your plans for the weekend. What will you do on the weekend? I'm going to buy a new TV. I'm going to visit my friend. Okay, you just have to write some about your plans, some sentences. Okay, okay. Now this one is a listening. What is Daisy going to do next week? I have to make it smaller so I can show you. And it says, listen. So when you click here on the player, then you listen and draw a line from the day to the correct picture. Okay, so probably after you listen, I can do this one because I can play it. You have to listen, and then on Monday, she will walk the dog. Then on Tuesday, maybe she will do something else. Maybe she'll go for a barbecue. This might not be good. I didn't listen, so I don't know what she's doing on Tuesday. I'm just showing you how you're supposed to match. You can say, oh, maybe she's going to play tennis. Maybe she's going to a hotel. Okay, so you have to listen to the recording and then you can match. Okay, read and answer. Now number 4, it says Anna. I will read one for you. Anna is going to go to the beach. She's going to go camping. She's going to sunbathe and go surfing. So this is Anna. And this one says, who is going to go camping and sunbathe? So camping here, sunbathe here. So that is Anna. So when I click on this one, I just click on Anna. Funny, because here it has 2 and here it's only 1 and that's okay. So you will read these little descriptions and then from here you pick the correct name. Okay, that's good. Let's see number 5. Number 5 is a funny thing. Okay, order the questions. So for this one, you have to look for the verb to be. There are no why questions as I see. So it starts with are. Are they going? You remember going to go camping? Are they going to go camping? Question mark, because it's a question. I will do one more thing, one more for you, one more question. So we start with are they going, sorry, are they going to stay in, oh, come on, in, sometimes it's, okay, it won't let me put it there, in a caravan, and question mark at the end. You can try putting it again. Sometimes it just doesn't want to stick because the person who made it a little bit tricky. Okay, I can put it there. Okay, and this should be going here, but it won't stick. That's too sad. Okay, let's do one more. For example, the last one is, you start with the verb to be, is, and then you continue. Okay, is with the subject, is he going to, then the verb, this is the infinitive, to go surfing. Is he going to go surfing? Question mark. Okay. So here you just have to finish the questions. Okay. Look and write the answers to questions in activity 5. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Number 2 was, are they going to stay in a caravan? We're going to stay in a tent. In a tent. So no, they aren't. Okay, number 3, I don't know what number 3. Is she going to make sandcastles? Is she going to make sandcastles? If you see here, yes, she will. Oh, yes, she is. Because you are not using will actually. Okay, after you're done all the questions, you click on the finish button and You just want to check your answers. You don't want to email your answers to your teachers. If you're just practicing, you can check your answers, and then we can look at it. And let's see what we did. So then you will see that we got, how much did we get? We got 4 out of 10, but we skipped many, many questions. You can try and do this exercise again and again until you get to the end, and maybe you get 10 out of 10. So it's a very, very good practice. It shows you how to do the affirmative, the negative, and questions. So this is a very good exercise. Okay, so getting back to our lesson. So after you finish this, I also have here a link that if you stop the YouTube video, you can just copy this one or try to type it in Google. If you are doing it on your computer, just copy and put it in Google, and then it will take you to the Live Worksheets website, and you will have all kinds of exercises that you can try according to your level with be going to, and there you go. So you can choose something that is easy for you. You can try doing it, future going to, like many, many different ones. If it's too hard for you, you can just go to Live Worksheets. I'm not advertising for anybody. I just found that my students find this is very good website as they can practice. And here you can put in going to, or be going to. Let's put be going to, or you can practice any other things. If you want to practice about banking, you here just put bank, and all the exercises will come out for you, all the handouts, and then you can choose and do whatever you want. At the end, I just opened one for future plans. This is a good one too. It explains the grammar, the negatives, what are their plans. He is going to, for example, play the guitar, okay? This one says, no, 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 maybe she wants to lose weight, so no cake. She isn't going to eat a piece of cake, okay? And the good thing about this, you can practice as many without your teacher. Again, click on the finish button, and instead of email your teacher answers to your teacher, just check on my answers, and then you will get your answer. Of course, you are driving to get 10 out of 10, so you can do it as many times as you want. Okay, and the last but not least, I would like to show you something else, because we are talking about the future. So many of you will think that future is always made with will, when it's not. So the difference between using will for future, you say, I will buy a cake. Maybe you are in the store and you say, oh, I will buy a cake. So something spontaneous, something that you plan, but you don't really plan, it just comes in the moment, okay? So when you're speaking, you say, oh, I'm looking, what are you doing? Oh, I will buy some tomatoes, okay? So there is no milk, I will buy some, okay, when I go to the shop. Going to is more like when you decided before. So I decide now that on the weekend I'm going to watch something on TV, okay? I'm going to the supermarket after work, but I already know now. So that is the difference between will and going to. Okay, so I hope that this explanation helped you a little bit, and you can practice as many exercises, practice papers on Live Worksheets, and good luck, everybody. It's always nice to be with you and teach some new stuff. Bye, everyone.